Hello YouTube, Mordecus the Destroyer here again, and today we're going to talk about some very serious subjects. Unlike my last video, where we talked about serious subjects in a not light manner, let's essentially take my glasses off so I can tell you what's what. This weekend, yesterday, my friends, oh god, I can't do this, I'm so self-centered. My friends, well, most of my friends anyways, graduated from high school, and I know that's a good thing. Oh, they graduated. Oh, they made it out of high school, and that's great and all. But I'm like losing 90% of my group of friends. These are people that some of them I've spent more than 4 years getting to know, since I started marching band in 7th grade. So that's about 5 years. It's 5 years with, talking to people. They're not my best friends, but they're my friends. So they're leaving, and then, there's my friends who I see every day in the morning in the cafeteria. They're leaving, and, congratulations. Some of them are going on and doing things, others are not doing things. And I want to say congratulations, you guys. Good job, and I'm gonna miss the fuck out of all of you. Like, you guys are all assholes in your own special way. And you guys, some of you really take the cake on being assholes, but, you guys are all my assholes. And I love you, and I care about you guys. And even though I have to stay here another year, I'm gonna miss you. And so that concludes the first, minute 50 seconds of my friends are all leaving me. I'm gonna be all alone. Now, I just recently watched, like, literally 2 minutes ago, a video done by the Fine Brothers about something that I talked about at school a while ago. It's how language affects people and the words you use, how they affect people. And I just want to comment on the fact that there's been a lot of things. Quite recently, actually, it's really weird. I don't know why, quite recently. Maybe it's just summertime and people just go, it's summertime, let's be an asshole. I mean, I know I like to be an asshole in the summertime, but it's just, the words themselves don't mean anything until you make them mean something, if that makes any sense. Like, if I was to, like, look at a picture on the internet and be like, wow, that's so gay, I'm not meaning that in a, wow, that's homosexual. Gay actually doesn't mean homosexual. Well, it might now in the Oxford Dictionary, but it didn't originate as homosexual. It originated as unhappy. So basically what happened was homosexuals were always seen as, like, happy, flamboyant people. So they were gay. They were gay. So they just applied that word to them. You're homosexual? You're gay. That's a stereotype. We all do it as humans. Like, if you say you don't, you're a liar. That's our natural instinct. Is when we see someone, we have the natural instinct to judge them. It's moving past those judgments and getting to know the person that are what separate racists from just plain old nice people. So, words mean what you want them to mean. Like, take the word faggot, for instance, or fag. In England, a fag is a cigarette, not a gay person. And I don't know why I don't get it. I don't get why fag is a derogatory term for a gay person. It makes no sense to me. Now, I do use the word. Like, come on. If you haven't, then you're a dirty liar. To me, I don't mean it as in, wow, you're homosexual, you're bad because you're homosexual. By fag, I mean that you're bad for my health, like a cigarette. So, it's, you know what I mean? Like, words mean what you want them to mean. And if someone takes offense to the words that I say, then they can go ahead and take offense, because that's their take on it. But do they know what I'm meaning by it? No. And if they don't ask me, well, what did you mean by that? And they're just judging me based on words instead of getting to know me, then they're not really people, that's the same as being racist, honestly. Because being racist is just judging a person based off of what you see and hear from them instead of getting to know them. That's what racism is. So just judging someone by the words that they say and not getting to know them first and all their intricacies and habits, it's rude. Now, if they mean it in a rude way and they're talking to you rudely, I'm not saying that that's racist. I'm just, you're getting to know them and parts of their intricacies, and that's perfectly okay. But if someone's not talking to you and they're having their own separate conversation with their friend and they say something that might be offensive to you, don't make a big deal out of it, because you don't know them, they don't know you. So if you get offended and start yelling at them, they're not going to know why, and they're just going to think, well, dude, what's your issue? You weren't part of that. You weren't part of that moment. So don't make yourself part of a moment afterwards because you think that somehow because it offended you, you need to make it aware. I don't know. Just language, like, I don't know if people know, but like way back when, back when we were still like using leaves as toilet paper and didn't even know what fire was, words were scarce. Communication on the level that we have is so much more intricate than like anything else. And words have definitions and meanings that are words. And words, they're just communication between one being in a species to another. So a word, like, the whole nature versus nurture thing. I'm like bouncing around here, I'm sorry. The whole nature versus nurture thing. What you're taught as a kid versus how you are. Because no one is inherently evil. Like, back to a really religious thing here. In not Christianity, sorry, that's a whole sect of huge groups of people. In Catholicism, there's taught that everyone is born with original sin, for whatever reason. But how can that be? You can't be like, come to this world and be like, yeah, I'm a sinner, praise Satan. That's not what people come into this world as. They come into this world not knowing anything about it. Anything at all. You have to teach a baby how to speak, how to act, how to eat. Alright? And so no one is inherently evil. And given situations, that leading up to a child's development as a kid, ultimately may lead to their growing upness of evility and non-evility. Now, I'm not saying, there are no cases that's not true. Sometimes it's just something in the brain, but no one is inherently evil. Even those people where they know what they're doing and they are inherently evil, it seems to us, that is our perspective, not theirs, and their perspective, what they're doing is right and just. It's a whole big thing. It's just, and it all comes back to, we're taught these words as a kid, and we're taught what they mean, and how to say them, and what to say when, and how to act and conduct ourselves, and all these things, and basically saying that different parts of the language, because their meanings have changed since they were conceived as words, saying they're rude now is stupid. Like, Like, I don't always say gay, and I don't always say, you know, fag. And I never mean it in a derogatory term. Like, as in, you're homosexual. I never mean it in a homosexual way. That's not, you know, that's just, to me, that's, I don't consider it as a derogatory term for those people. Like, why would you be rude to someone? That's not something that ever really crosses my mind. Is why would you purposely try to hurt someone like that? And it's part of the way I was raised. You know, I was raised to pretty much always be nice, and whenever the time comes to defend myself in whichever way possible. Witty comebacks, whatever. Now, using language. Ooh, language, what? Oh, what is that? It's words. Language is words, and words are language. What that is communication. It's all about communication. I say this a lot, and I'm gonna ramble, because, you know, this whole YouTube thing, I'm new to, and making videos and being sexy. Just kidding. I'm always sexy, and always will be. Just what I'm saying is this whole, you know, besides the 1 minute 50 seconds of graduation, my friends are all leaving me and I'm gonna be alone in the corner of the cafeteria eating tater tots, just like on the edge of like a little booth, just like, you know, just like. Besides that, this is all about, been sparked by watching a Teens React video on YouTube by the Fine Brothers, and, you know, it was about the Jonah Hill controversial thing about what he said and his apology and all this stuff. Like, he shouldn't have to apologize. Like, what was happening to him was a situation, and he reacted the way any normal person would react. If you're being attacked, you attack back. You know, that's not, and it could be rude. People could take offense to it. And he's a better man than I am, probably, because if people started taking offense to that and I was famous, I would be like, well, fuck you guys. Were you there? Do you know the circumstances? Were you hearing what that person was saying to me? No? Well then, get the fuck out of here. You don't know me. You don't know my life. You may know my story, but you don't know my struggle. You don't know struggle. Like, you know, all those things. Like, you can't take what someone says. You know, actions speak louder than words. How about that? Let's go on that. What you do says more about you than what you say. Because I could sit here and be like, I got hundreds on my classes. I passed this year with a 4.0 GPA. Every college is looking at me. I get emails from Berkeley, Yale, and Princeton. I don't. Last I knew, I was dead middle of my class. And you know what? I like being there. I don't want special opportunities because I'm smart. You know? I don't do my homework. Like, I barely passed 11th grade by the skin of my ass. And to be honest, who cares? All life is just a series of interactions and reactions, stimuli and response. That's all life is. So I'm not going to get into that whole school thing, because that's not going to be like a fun thing to talk about, or really, you know, you're just going to hear me ramble on about how I'm smart. I just don't do my work. And yes, my actions do speak that I am smart. Just not dedicated to school. Because why should I be? Anyways, ooh, 14 minutes. This is like the longest video I've ever done. Yeah, oh, by the way, yeah, 2 videos in 1 week. Oh, you guys are lucky. Oh. Yeah, all 6 of my viewers. Maybe this will get big. Who knows? And then I'll get famous and all that fun shit. What I'm just saying is, don't judge a person by what they say without getting to know them. Get to know a person first. And if they're an asshole, then they're a fucking asshole. And if they're not an asshole, guess what? They're not an asshole. Don't judge them by what they say, because you don't know what they mean until you know what they mean. Alright? Mordecus the Destroyer, signing the fuck off. Stay classy, YouTube. Just kidding. Fuck yourself.